are you feeling?
I'm disappointed and a little bit sad for the players. Like they worked hard over the course of the year to get themselves to this spot, and I felt like they probably deserve better than where they're going to end up being.
There's team fought all season. I mean, Mackenzie Weegar said that's what he appreciated at this moment. There's something to the fact that you guys knew you were eliminated at second intermission and went out and fought for that win tonight as well.
Yeah, they're all year long a very proud, I guess you can call them, a resilient group, whatever you want. They always felt like they could win games no matter what the situation was, so why change, I guess, is probably the mentality that they came out in the third period with and found a way.
Ryan, 15 games ago, if you told the group you go 15, you go 10, 2, and 3, that should be good enough, would you have thought that would have been good enough?
Yeah. Like we had markers that we felt we had to get to in order to make ourselves into the playoffs. And I think you have to give a lot of credit to St. Louis too. Like, not a lot of teams go on the run that they went on to get themselves into the playoffs. And I think if they wouldn't have had that type of run, well, we're probably where we want to be right now. So, unfortunately, on our side, teams were winning. If we're on the other side where, they haven't had quite the same success that our conference has had with the teams trying to push to get into the playoffs, again, it would have been a different story, but that's the way it goes.
I haven't been in too many locker rooms last night since the teams got eliminated, and sort of the prevailing talk is about how proud they are of what they've accomplished. Yeah, there's disappointment there, but how sort of proud they are of the group. Is that how these guys sort of deserve to be feeling after the season they had?
Yeah, I mean, they've come a long way. I think they really have. Like, you always look for, you want a little bit of a foundation for you to always come back year after year after year, and I think they've established a bit of that now, where they know there's a certain way they have to play, and I think in time there's always going to be corrections and adjustments that we can work to make our team better. But what they were able to do this year in regards to creating a bit of a reputation for our team, or an identity as to how we play every night, that is a great place to start with, where I think is now in place. And these players deserve a lot of credit for that.
The leaders talked about how that kind of happened pretty early in the season. How were they able to get that to kind of come together so quickly and keep it for the rest of the year?
I've talked lots about them. I think it was the 6 of them. They got together early in the year, the guys that we rotated letters on, and I think they made a choice or a decision that they were going to make sure they were at their best, and they were going to pull people with them. If you have your key people a little bit broken and going in different directions, it will never work. And we had those 6 of those guys, and I'll throw Ryan Lomberg in there as well. They were always together, no matter what. There was a little bit of headbutting from time to time, but that's what good teams have. But there was never one guy, no, we're going to do it this way. It was always the 6 of them together, and I think that brought our room along very quickly.
What'd you make of the send-off the fans gave them at the end of the game?
It was really nice, I said at the beginning of the year, the people in Calgary, they want to see hard work. They really do. And, they appreciated, I think, what the guys did all year. So it's just unfortunate that we're not able to keep going.